Hi, this is going to be a ProcFu 101 video where I'm going to walk you through building a project. One of the most required or used use cases of ProcFu App Builder is where you have got your CRM slash project management in Podio, and then you want to now create a portal where your clients, your agency clients, can have some sort of access to the projects, basically, either to see what's going on with the project or add a task or something like that. So in Podio, I've got two simple tables. One is clients and one is projects. Clients basically has some client information and projects is basically all the projects. So now let's build a ProcFu app so that you can embed on your website so that clients can just log in and see what's going on with their project. So you go to your ProcFu, first thing is creating a new app. So when you build a new app, you can go to your configuration screen where you're going to set up how the app is going to be working. So app name is going to be client portal. So here we go. And you can have tags or no. I normally would like to tag my projects either staging or production so I know which am I looking at. So this is going to be a production app. Actually, yeah. And the color scheme, we have got the Nisa theme. Let's go ahead and select that. And then you can create a custom URL. So let me just show what will happen without that, right? I'm gonna save it. So if when you launch the app, so if you do not have a custom URL, your app URL is going to be something like this. But if you have a custom URL, say let's say I'm going to call this client portal. So here, if I save it, and now if I launch, it will say client portal. It will not say this weird ID. So this is the options you've got. So always have a client URL. It's easy. A custom URL, it makes it easy. Once this is done, let's go ahead and see how the clients will log in. So in our client app, we have got the email and we have got the password. This password is basically an encoded version of your item ID. So your clients will put the email and you will tell them whatever their password is. They're going to put in the password and then log in. Perfect. So what we'll do is that I'll close one of these. Yeah. What we'll do is that go to the start screen, which is your login screen, and then you go to your content and select which is the app. Our app is going to be the clients are going to log in via username and password, and I'm going to select MD5 because I have pre-encoded my password. If yours is just a text, you can save it as text, but for security reason I advise and I prefer to save it in MD5. So your email field is going to be, first you select the application, which is Podio. So ProcFu allows you to have your data in any of these softwares. In this example, we are going to work with Podio. Once that's done, you go ahead and select what's the app. In mine is the space called TWW, and then the app is clients. So once you do that, all the fields will come in here. You can go ahead and select your email field, which is going to be the login, and then password field for password. Great. So now we have created the login screen. It is done. If I refresh and go back here and just refresh here, so instead of the error, now you'll see a very beautiful looking login screen. And then let's go ahead and what will the client see once they log in? You want them to see their projects. So if I look at this Horizon Cleaning Solutions, they've got one project which is website redesign. Okay, this is kind of funny. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to modify this and put the title on top. Why? Because I do not like seeing here the name. So now it makes sense. Website redesign instead of seeing the same name here. All right, let's go back here and create a new screen. A screen is equal to a page. Now in the page, we basically want to show all the projects that they have got. So a summary list is a page where you can show a list of items from Podio. We go click that, and then I'm going to call this projects. We're going to show them all the projects that they have got. Let's go ahead and then again select the same data source, and here instead of selecting my table is projects, I select that. I'm going to show all the items and then say these both. This is an example, right? Save. Let's go to the start screen and then here connect it. So once the user has logged in, now they will see the project screen. Save. I'm going to refresh here. Nothing has happened. Let's try to log in. So this is the username. I'm going to put it here. And password, like I said, it's just the item ID. You can later create a module to change it or whatever. Log in. Now you can see that the user has logged in. Jane has logged in. Jane is basically from Horizon Cleaning, and then she's able to see the projects. We haven't made it clickable yet, and also there's a problem. You see Jane is seeing her project from Horizon and also seeing somebody else's project, which is not good, which is not what we want. We want Jane to see only her project. So what to do? We are going to go to our portal and simply here, instead of selecting all the items, we're going to say show only related items. Show only related items to Jane. So the related app is clients and the relation field is client. Once this happens, Jane is only going to see her project. Save, come back, refresh. See, so ProcFu makes it really easy for you to build a portal, take your Podio data, show it to a client, and then show only their data. So security is inbuilt and it's really fast to do things. Once that is done, let me go ahead. I don't want to show the client anymore because we know that Jane is logging in and Jane is going to see only her project. We can show start date and probably the status. Perfect, this is done. Save it. Clear. So now you know they've got website redesign project. It's a start date and the status is work in progress. But they can't click. They want to know details of the project, how to do that. All you have to do is that come back to your ProcFu and then you can go ahead on the right side and say there's a simple option called new detail screen. You can click that. So a detail screen will be created here on the left side. You can see here we're going to show project. Okay. And then here view is a CRUD mode. We are going to allow them to view all the details of the project. Title, again, I don't want to show the client because you know who's the client is the one who's logging in, and then all the other fields we are going to show. Save. And then now if I go refresh here and then click this, you can see that the entire details of that particular project is now visible. See how easy it is to just create a new screen. Now you have, if you go back, you see everything. If you click through, you see the details of the project. Done. Now let's give it a button so the client can actually log out of the app. So you can go to your configuration screen here on the left and then come down. Here there are two options, app header in and app header out. A header in is a screen that only logged in users are going to see. So once they have logged in, we want them to see a logout button. So I'm going to give a simple link and it's in a markdown format. All you have to do is that put in the two bracket, write logout, put in these two bracket, and then here click at, and then go ahead and select the logout option. Once you do that, come back and refresh. You can see that there is a logout button in every screen. Now I'm going to click logout. But that logout button is not there in the login screen because we have put it in app header in, not in the app header out. If you had put it in the header out, you would have seen it in the login screen. Yeah, so we are, but in a span of 5-10 minutes, we have created a whole new project. We've got all the data. Clients can now log in, clients can see all their projects, client can see the details of their project. That's it for this video because it's already like 10 minutes. In the next video, I'll show you how to take it a notch further where clients can maybe see the comments and discussion, and then clients can maybe request more things to do on the project.